Hello, everybody. My name is Zed, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about the Eye of Judgment. This is a card game released exclusively for the PS3, and what makes this game special is that it used the PlayStation Eye. Now, if you're curious as to why, well, it's because the game actually sold cards, physical cards that you could use to play the game, which I think is amazing. And if you're curious as to how this worked, well, not only did the game come with cards and a camera, it also came with a mat. And on this mat is a 3x3 grid where you get to play the cards. And how it works is it's all about territorial control. You play your monsters on the field to try and take up 5 of the 9 spaces available, and you win. And what's cool about this is that you can place your monsters in any way that you want, from facing forward, facing down, or sideways, either way, which is pretty interesting in how this game works. It's also amazing because this game does not work without the actual game, because that's just how it is. Not sure exactly what the specifics are for it, but it's just interesting how this game worked when it first came out, and definitely one of the more interactive, intuitive PlayStation Eye games out there. I don't know what to say, but yeah. I found out about this game almost a decade ago, I think. While scrolling through eBay, I just found a starter kit of this for like $10 that came with this game, starter deck, a booster pack of cards, the playmat, camera, and all that. And it is really fun. I have not played it in quite a while, but I am hoping to get around to playing this again just to show it off at some point. I will need to get a capture card for my PS3 since my other one just kind of broke. But yeah, this is a game that is definitely worth showing off just because of how interesting it is. And I think if you're lucky, you can still find like starter sets of this game brand new for not too much. If you can get it for less than the retail price that it was when it was first released, you're in luck. I definitely recommend this. And if you can, I'd definitely recommend checking out the PSP exclusive Eye of Judgment, which was digital only. So the only way you're going to be able to play it is if you still have it on your PSP or emulation. But anyway, I wasn't going to be playing this today, but instead, I wanted to show off something. I recently got all 5 of the starter decks that came with the first series. So I have never had these before. All I had was the base game, the starter deck and booster pack, and then maybe a couple other booster packs I found online years ago whenever I got them. But now I've actually got proper starter decks, so I can test them out whenever I get back to playing the game again. And these are all centered around the different elements of the game. So fire, earth, wood, water, and biolith. I'd go more into detail about all of these, but I'd probably have to do a separate video on this. So what I'm going to be doing instead, which I will regret at some point, is opening up each of these starter decks and just looking through the cards as well as the companion that each of these came with. Mainly because they have lore around the Eye of Judgment. And also I forgot that the game was produced by or published by Wizards of the Coast, which is interesting to say the least. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and open up all of these, go through the companions and cards, and yeah, we'll just see what we've got. Alright, that took longer than it should have, but here are all 5 of the Dex and Summoners companions. And before I continue, I want to correct myself. Reading the back of the deck boxes say that you can play this without a PS3. I'll have to look up the instructions on that, but hey, the more you know. But anyway, yep. Each of these contains 30 cards, which is a full deck for the game. No more, no less. But yeah, each of these is sorted through the different elements available. So I just want to see. I would have to assume that some of these have cards that I have yet to obtain from both the starter deck and the booster packs. So yeah, let's go ahead and open up each of these and give them a look and see what we got. Ooh, nice. I do like the card backs for the Eye of Judgment. They look so nice. And do we get... Okay, yep. So let's see. Do they do the thing on here? Oh, I see it. And then if I just... Nice. So I'm just curious. There has to be like some cards in here I don't have yet, right? Maybe. But it looks like some of these cards I do already have. Maybe not for... What is this one again? Novogus Catapult. I actually think I have that one. I'll have to double check. But yeah, it looks like they have more than just the one element on here. Which I kind of understand because of how this game is played. Wait, who's this? Is it... Flame-Ascetic? Oh, Flame-Ascetic. Whoops. Maybe I don't have that one. I'm just trying to remember. I looked through my collection not too long ago. Oh, right, and I forgot that each of these contains the action cards needed to play the game. Considering that you need the Eye to play it on PS3, that each of these does a different thing to help you move the game along since controller is not a viable option. So like the status card for certain effects, the action card to perform actions like attacking, I think? Turn end to end your turn, and cancel to cancel out any actions you don't want to perform. I think that's pretty neat. I still have the 4 action cards that came with the starter deck I got in the base set. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and leave these decks alone. And if I look at the Summoner's Companion, I just want to see what it's got. Here we go. So for what I can see, it's just talking about, yeah, like all the different creature, or at least the first part, it talks about the main creatures that you get. And I'm guessing, oh, yeah, it is just like, it's lore. Yeah, it goes through talking about some of the creatures, I think. Oh, that's pretty neat. Oh, and it's got a card set. Nice. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, alright, that's neat. Yeah, and it's not just a deck list, it's... Yeah, it is just the cards that you can get for the for this set right here. Or for the element. Alright. So I assume that's what it's going to be for all of these, but it's not going to hurt to go through them and see what I'm missing. So I know there are a couple of cards I'm trying to look for. The problem is just getting the cards is getting too expensive. So I did see that there's a booster box online, a little over $200. Can't say it's worth it. Now let's see what the Earth Emperor, as it's called. There would have to be something that I'm missing here. Because once again, a lot... Oh, wait a minute. Is this one new? Part Mole Fire Oracle. Maybe I don't have that one yet. Because all of these cards are part of the first series. And I've only ever received the first series cards. Trying to get anything past that is way more expensive. And I know for sure the spell cards I already have a good bunch of them. Alright, so moving on to the Summoner's Companion. So yeah, once again, we get a list of the Earth creatures, monsters, characters, whatever you want to call them. Lore and timeline. And once again, going over more about the characters. And here we go, the card list. So yeah, a couple of cards here and there that I might be missing. And something that I've noticed that they all have the, the cubic monster. Which I know is one of the more rare cards you can get with any of them. Yeah, alright. So now moving on to Wood Swarm. Come on. There we go. Let's see. Again, cards I know I have already. Maybe. Who are you? Eden the Persecuted. Maybe I don't have you. Hmm. Alright. So yeah, maybe there are a couple of cards here and there that I just don't have. And then let's see, with this one... It is really nice to see full color books and manuals like this again. As well as being able to see like the full character art for some of them. Like with how little art space that you get with the cards, there's only so much that can be shown just for the sake of space. And then of course having to play the game to summon them and get a full 3D model. Alright, neat. Now we've got Water Barrage. I'm trying to think if there's like any specific element from here that I liked more than the others. But I don't think there really was. Alright, take a look-see here. Again, looking like cards I've already gotten before. Maybe. Mercenary Savior Latu? Yeah, Latu. He might be new. I think just skimming through these, I can now see that they do have like a rarity check on them. So let's see, if we look at the Tentacles of Possession right here, if you look at this little symbol right here, I think that's like silver or uncommon. And then right here, oh my god, I can't read that upside down. Tritonen? Tritonen Ice Card? Yeah, they've got a black symbol on there, which I think is just common. And then if we keep going back to what's his face? Yeah, here we go. He's got the gold symbol, so he would be rare. Hmm. All right. It is nice to see the little rarity indicators on cards. And then for the Summoner's Companion, more lore and timeline stuff that I'll have to check out at some point. Nice. So yeah, I think a good chunk of these cards I already have, but I can see maybe one or two on here that I'm missing. Maybe with the spells too? I don't entirely know. And then we've got the Biolith, which I think in the lore of the game is like the main antagonist, maybe? It's like what? The name of this set was like, I think this first set, if it wasn't called the base set, it was like Biolith Rising or something like that. I don't entirely remember. Oh, wait, here it is. Here's the rare. Ouroboros Dragon. Hmm. Yep, okay, that would make sense that this one would be the rare card of this set. Oh, and I'm just now noticing stuff, looking at the card a little bit closer. Like, the text is small, but if you look close enough, yeah, you can see what they are for, like, the type and class and whatnot. And then right here is the number of the card underneath the rarity. Okay. Yeah, once I sort through these cards again, I'll have to go through it and find them out through the number instead of... I think I was doing it, like, by the cost of the card. Like their mana cost. Whoa. There's a full map on this one. Yeah, it's all about machines with the Biolith. And it makes sense why they would be like the main antagonist of this. Alright, so hold on. Back up a bit. I want to figure something out. So like there's 8, 16, and then 17. And then I got 4, 12, 4, 12, and 20. 25. All right. So I'm trying to think. It's 17. 17 times 5. Hold on a second. Okay, so unless I'm mistaken, there are only 105 different cards within this set? I'm not entirely sure, because if it's like 17 different cards across all different factions plus the 20 spells, that would have to add up to 105, right? Oh wait, no, hold on. Looking closer at the back of the list, it says that it's 110 cards. Or at least I think it's the last spell right here is spell number 100 or card 110. And if I get a closer look at the... Yeah, okay. So there are 110 cards total within the first series, at least. And I know for sure I'm missing a couple of them. But yeah, this game does basically require duplicates of a couple of the same cards, which I understand. And of course, being that you gotta model so many different characters for the game when you play them, it kind of makes sense. But yeah, this is interesting to see all the decks together like this. Like actually pre-constructed decks instead of whatever I've been doing with this. And then of course these Summoner's Companions are nice just to add a little bit of lore that you wouldn't get from playing the game. But yeah, I think the Eye of Judgment is still a really interesting concept, mainly because you get to play on the PS3, and it's the physical cards that you can play on the mat with the camera and all that. I just find that super fun. It's always like the toys to life kind of thing that I'm always interested in. Like instead of getting the DLC online for the game, the DLC is physical stuff that you can keep on buying. And I never knew that you could actually play the game without the PS3, which is very nice. Once again, I will have to look up the instructions on how to do that because of how this game is played. But yeah, this is really cool to see. And while I have considered getting some booster packs to open, I'm going to have to look because there's no way I'm going to get a booster box with how expensive it is. And I did see that there are people selling packs by the singles. So if I can get those for a decent price, I might consider doing another video on the Eye of Judgment, opening up some of the packs and trying to get some of the rare cards that I'm missing. And if not, that's fine. If I do another Eye of Judgment video, it's definitely going to be in the future once I get a new capture card that I can capture consoles with. And just play around a bit against the computer with the actual cards. But yeah, it was a lot of fun revisiting this again and actually getting my hands on the starter decks. I would love to get anything past the first series, but I doubt it. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you all later. Bye!